Into the Wilderness, a Night Story, inspired by Matthew chapter 4. The wind swept gently across the barren hills of Judea, stirring the sand into small whirls that danced like flickering candle flames. The sun had dipped below the horizon, leaving behind a warm twilight glow, soft and gold, over the vast wilderness. This was not a place for comfort, dry, remote, and unyielding, yet it held a sacred stillness, an ancient hush, like the pause between heartbeats. In this silence walked a man, alone, but not forsaken. His feet were dusted with the earth of the desert, his cloak worn from the days and nights under sun and stars. His name was Jesus, and he had come here not to escape, but to meet something deeper. The Spirit had led him here, gently, like a shepherd leads the sheep, to this place of solitude and testing. For 40 days and 40 nights, he remained in the wilderness. The stones glowed pale beneath the moonlight, and the wind whispered over the hills like the voice of an old psalm. Birds took flight in the cooler air, their cries distant, like memories fading in sleep. Each night, Jesus lay beneath the tapestry of stars, and the heavens stretched above him like a great scroll filled with promises. He fasted, not from hunger for food alone, but from the noise of the world, from its demands, its distractions. Here, he was stripped bare, quieted, stilled. His heart listened for the Father's voice, and though his body weakened, his spirit grew like a young olive tree, rooted deep by living water. On the 40th night, the stars seemed sharper, the silence deeper. Then, as the wind stilled completely, there came a presence, not of light, but of subtle shadow, a whisper, a question. "If you are the Son of God," came the voice, smooth as flowing water, "command these stones to become bread." Jesus, now thin and hollowed by his long fast, looked at the round stones. They gleamed like loaves in the moonlight. His body ached, but his eyes remained clear. He saw through the voice, understood its shape and its intent. "It is written," he said softly, the words like dew on dry ground. "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." The presence shifted, retreating like a shadow at sunrise. Then the scene changed. No longer was he in the wilderness. He stood atop the pinnacle of the great temple in Jerusalem. Below, the city lay sleeping, quiet and still. The moonlight spilled over rooftops, and olive trees swayed gently in the garden below. Again, the voice came, more urgent now, dressed in mockery. "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down. For it is written, He shall command His angels concerning you, and on their hands they will lift you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone." Jesus looked down, not with fear, but with peace. He knew the city below. He knew the hearts it held, the sorrows it carried, the blindness and longing. But he had not come to perform wonders for applause. He had not come to tempt the hand of his Father. "It is written again," he answered, quiet but firm. You shall not test the Lord your God. And the wind blew softly once more as the vision melted away. Now Jesus stood atop a high mountain. The world lay beneath him like a canvas unfurled, rivers winding like silver threads, kingdoms glittering like jewels, palaces gleaming in the fading starlight. All these I will give you, said the voice, now more desperate, yet smooth like honey, if you will bow down and worship me. There was a pause, long and serene. Jesus looked not with hunger, not with greed, but with compassion. He saw the broken thrones of men, the towers built on fear, the fires of conquest, the cries of the forgotten. He saw the kingdoms of the earth and the price they paid for fleeting power. Then he spoke, a command like sunrise breaking through shadow. Away with you, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. And the voice fell silent. The wind shifted, and from the stillness came light. Not harsh, not blinding, but gentle, golden, and warm. Angels descended, silent, radiant, their presence like cool water over sunburnt skin. They did not speak, but moved with grace, ministering to him with care beyond words. They brought rest for his body, balm for his spirit, and peace that flowed like a stream in the desert. The night passed, and the first light of dawn brushed the eastern sky with soft hues, lavender, peach, and gold. The wilderness, once harsh and empty, now seemed full of promise. The stones no longer tempted, they lay at rest. The trees stirred with morning birdsong. The silence remained, but it was no longer barren, it was sacred. And Jesus rose, no longer weary, but strong. He had faced the darkness and did not fall. The road ahead was long. Galilee awaited him, and with it, fishermen by the sea, crowds of the curious, the broken, the hopeful. But tonight, there was only stillness. As he walked toward the gentle hills in the soft morning light, the sky above him was wide and open, like the heart of the Father.